think, is just going to, I imagine, try to play it safe and go for heavy downstack combos.
Yeah, that's how I see it as well. But yeah, I'm curious to see how like Cheep does against a player like QMK, because I feel like whenever I see him play, it's usually against like very high pressure players, as opposed to like very downstack heavy players. So I'm curious to see sort of how he does in a matchup like this. But I think we're getting started in a second. Yeah. Cheep versus QMK. Alright, TKI starts from both. QMK taking the first sort of spike of damage and using that instantly, spiking it right back.
Yeah, Cheep just a really bad misdrop at the wrong moment by Cheep. He's gonna really want to be careful about the PCs that he's sending to, because QMK has gotten a lot better at sending those back in one huge spike. Oh man, yeah, and already we're kind of seeing the theme of this matchup, like Cheep not able to follow QMK or the speed of the match, really.
Yeah, I mean, like, in terms of speed, he's definitely keeping up, but I mean, QMK is just spiking at the right time, and he's like, when Blarg is weakest, right? It's like a vulture going after his prey, right? Like,
right. And this is one of the things that I think players need to keep in mind when they're playing their opponents, and like keeping a good track of where the game is going at all times, because that's going to determine what kind of sends that you want, what kind of stacks you want to prepare for. One of the things that I think Cheep is getting caught from especially is just in moments where he should be, like in this situation, for example, like he's going for the wrong down stacks, in my opinion. A little too slow, and just the fact that he got to that position and he's not trying to speed himself out, I think is problematic. He's gonna have to like pick up the pace a little bit, or at the very least like not set up for situations like that. Wants to keep his stack open with something to send at all times.
Yeah, for sure. And hey, he's taking that game right there. QMK having trouble finding that down stack, it looks like. I didn't see whether he missed that, I'll be honest. Kind of hard to follow when both players are playing so fast. But QMK has got a pretty clean field. Cheep I'm actually lagging right now. You got this. Come on, game. There you go. It's caught up. I promise. All right, I'm back. So it looks like QMK really clean garbage here. We'll see how he's gonna spike. Cheep, really good cancel there as well on that send. And yeah, QMK building up a lot. Ooh, that's a misdrop. That is a misdrop right there. But he gets out of it so nicely.
Yeah, full screen spike return from that too.
Yeah. Crazy stuff.
Ooh, but, okay, makes the compromise over there with the down stack a little bit just to get to a better position. Yeah, QMK just trying to keep it clean. He's not looking to take any risks, because honestly, like, Cheep is one of those reactionary kind of players who just like kind of catch you off guard with his down stack combos. So you typically, like, with these kind of players who relish in players' mistakes, you kind of like want to just like reduce the amount that you make. Yeah, don't go for any real risks. I mean, there's no real need, because Cheep, I don't believe is going to try to push his position.
That's fair. So you just like playing a position heavy game is like the answer here, you think, for QMK?
I think so, especially since I think in terms of fundamentals, QMK probably has like a more solid palette, a more diverse skill set as well. So in this case, like, QMK can kind of like take it a little bit easy, because I think like one of the things that Cheep lacks is just like some kind of like spiking game that could threaten QMK's defense. As long as you don't threaten QMK's defense, like, he's comfortable. He's feeling comfortable. He'll go with like the KG style. it's what feels most safe and most at home for him.
It's true. It really like does let QMK sort of play to his strengths. But
yeah, it's honestly like the way that he thinks the game should be played. You know, intricate setups, downstack heavy combos.
Oh dang, Cheep not able to get out of that. That's rough. But yeah, gonna take that round. Still anyone's game though. I mean, Cheep just really has to find the sort of extra power, and like he needs to find the mistake from QMK, and the mistake just isn't happening. So he's having trouble kind of getting a punish off.
Yeah, and I mean it's also very rare for QMK to have a misdrop
mistakes.
Yeah, just to make the mistake, and also a mistake that QMK wouldn't be able to fix is also just as rare.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but yeah, QMK. Oh, he could have built up a 4 wide there. Cheep wasn't necessarily in the best spot, but I think it might have been a good decision to opt out of it. Again, doesn't have to take any unnecessary risks and just push position. And I think he's doing a great job with that right now. Anyways, yeah, Cheep doing a good job of kind of staying in it, but
oh yeah, that misdrop
that's a rough stack though.
He tried to go for a T-spin triple and messed up the spin, so he's playing from behind right now, but he's fixed up really nicely.
Yeah, he's back in it for sure.
Oh, okay. These are dangerous spots, I think, because he's gonna have to like expend some of his important pieces. Some of the most important pieces to keep in mind is the I piece, T piece. Like, you don't want to be using these pieces often, unless like you're trying to survive a situation.
And that's what QMK is trying to make him do right now, right? Put him in a situation where he has to expend his resources.
It's fine if you're able to get down quickly enough, but if you're not getting down, then you're just surviving. And those pieces I think are most pivotal because they allow you to optimize your stack more towards attacks. Like those are like attack heavy pieces that attacks depend on heavily in a lot of different spots.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I mean, how do you attack without an I and a T, right?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Unless you find some crazy combo. But
yeah,
that's a lot harder.
You know, this goes back to like what we were saying. The evolution of Tetris might be, you know, towards downstack combos because, I mean, just imagine you don't have any other piece to use, but you know, like every piece can be the piece that you can use if you can optimize towards downstacking.
The year is 20 TT. Everyone uses downstacks. Yeah, QMK getting a second win during the hurry-up phase. He hasn't lost in the hurry-up phase yet, which I think is an interesting statistic. Also against Diao, he won the game that went to hurry-up, or that went deep into hurry-up. So I wonder if like he's playing towards that, or maybe if his like game plan, especially for this set, is kind of helping with that. Where if he has the better position going into the end game, he can sort of use that position to obtain an advantage. You know, if he can't find like a safe punish, then that's a good opportunity to have the upper hand in. But
it's okay. These are some really nice down stacks from circulation or Cheep. Sorry.
Is this the new Diao? I mean Zhao. I mean, yeah.
Oh no! Oh man, it's happening all over again, just with a different person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheep's in a good spot though.
He is in a good spot. Just like in these kind of spots, like I don't ever feel like
so fast.
QMK
Yeah, you're never safe because he can always find an attack out of nowhere. Got out of that really nicely though. QMK's stack also a little messy, and there's a lot of cheese, so I wonder if Cheep can punish. Oh, he's so close.
Okay.
Cheep find one attack.
Oh, this could be it. Oh no,
Oh,
no.
he's out.
Yeah, QMK had way too much time. Yeah, the garbage wasn't messy enough for it to.
Good idea. Oh, Cheep didn't take the eye out of hold. He just wanted to tank. A little greedy.
Too consistent. Like, I think like this is a game of mix-ups, honestly. Like, how quickly can you mix up your opponents and then set up the spike position? Like in this position, obviously QMK is gonna try to top out Cheep with like everything he's got, and just the fraction of situations or the percentage of situations where Cheep is able to do that compared to QMK, there's like a huge discrepancy here.
Yeah. Like QMK is definitely the one who's like driving the pace, which is also like very rare for QMK, right? Where usually you see him, he's the one who's reacting to the garbage, usually he's the one who's following. But the one with the opportunities here is QMK. For sure.
Okay.
But yeah,
Cheep is actually doing a really good job in this one. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I like the way that he played that. There was a lot of back-to-backs, mixing up with down stack combos in between, setting up the messy board on QMK's side. Like this is actually like the game plan that I associate as like the one that works most against QMK, especially when he's playing like this. In terms of like the mind games, you really got to play this way to be able to follow. And I think like in that situation, Cheep played it perfectly. He's just gonna have to do that like another 10 times.
Yeah. And can he do that is the question.
Right. The consistency at which he's able to do that is in question right now, because he really needs to like, start making moves.
Yeah, for sure.
His team is already slipping away from his fingers.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is rough. He's not out yet though. There you go. Yeah, QMK looking like he's gonna take this. Pretty convincing lead, pretty convincing gameplay. Cheep with another misdrop.
Yeah, Cheep. Okay, some misdrops there. I like it. Almost seems like he just ran out of air after that misdrop too. There was like a little bit of a pause. We'll kind of see like if he can get out of this. Oh, nice down stack. He's got a follow up
really
too.
Clean.
Yeah, I thought he might have given up, but he's going strong now. He's just gotta like be careful about his position here, maintain his parity. Okay, nice. Yeah, QMK keeping an even stack over there. Perfect for stacking for back-to-back combos.
I was gonna say a little 4-wide there, but yeah. Oh, Cheep might be out. Oh, I think that's a misdrop as well. But it would have been tough to get out either way. I don't think he could have done that as well. But either way, interesting. Oh, that's that PC garbage. Now QMK's got a big opportunity to spike this back.
Dude, and I kind of saw the hesitation from Cheep's side too. He was like,
should I do this?
Is it a good idea?
Let's go.
Yeah. Didn't end up punishing him, but typically like, especially since I'm pretty sure QMK was waiting on it too. Like there was like just a moment where I feel like they were having a staring contest of each other.
I'm wondering if this is gonna be I don't know how much you know about chess, but in there's a lot of openers where you can sort of accept or decline like certain sacrifices and such.
Okay. So
and
like
I'm wondering if like PC will
then
eventually become like that, right? Where like sometimes you see the PC, but maybe I like clean garbage. Maybe I want to spike this back.
That's actually like how I've been viewing the PC, because it's so easy to do a PC opening game now. Like you have the choice whether or not you want to go for it. Really, I mean, you honestly do if you have control over like the opening, 10 pieces, like you have the opening optimized, then you can make your decisions. I do think, we're already there in that sense in terms of PC choices. We've seen a lot of people, for example, opt out of using it. Because, like especially when your opponent is watching for it, it becomes a little bit of a risk that I always like make my final checks for in terms of the player's ability. So what's their average piece per second? Like, what's their spiking power, their down stacking vision? All of these things, I think most players should keep track of to make that kind of decision. Like, how aware are they, especially? You always want it to be a surprise, right?
Yeah. Because if you're expecting a PC, right, then Ooh, you got something coming to you. It's not gonna be
Yeah, I
pretty.
mean, it really is optimizing, your opponent's garbage in your favor. I mean, why do the work when you can get your opponent to do it for you? It's kind of like, I call it the Tom Sawyer of Tetris. Like Tom Sawyering your opponents.
Oh, that miss drop is so sad. But yeah,
Hmm.
QMK gonna take that. Take the set. Pretty convincing. Yeah. Good for him. Well played. To Cheep as well. Very impressive showing. 5th place, that's pretty dang impressive for Cheep, I think. So good for him.